and eventually the whole system will collapse. And like when your computer crashes, you'll have to reboot it. The whole financial system will be rebooted. The question is obviously, how do you protect the wealth in that situation? I think dangerous are government bonds, dangerous is cash, and more desirable is probably real estate, especially now in the United States at this level, and whereby it may still go down 10% or so, but I mean, it's now reasonably priced, and by some standards, it's even cheap. Equities and, of course, precious metals.
It may be that I personally might be more bearish on real estate here in the U.S. than you are, but at the same time, I am buying investment real estate here where I do see value. I mean, there are places where there's clearly value, and then other places where it's obvious it's got much further to fall. What perspective can you give us on buying real estate from where you're sitting there in Asia?
Well, basically, I mean, I recently went to Las Vegas, and as you fly into Las Vegas, you see entire town villages, I mean, with homes.
Subdivisions,
I don't think they'll ever be occupied. They're going to be, you have to write them off to zero. They're just worthless. It's like some companies, they go bankrupt because they made bad investments. So a lot of real estate will be worthless.
Yeah.
But other real estate, say rental apartments, should be okay for now until everybody starts to build rental apartments because the yields are relatively high compared to cash returns and so forth. But in general, I think if I look around the world and I look at U.S. properties, I don't find them expensive, but in the U.S. you have maintenance and you have property tax that can be very high. So that is a deterrent. But in general, all I'm saying is, I think we're moving into an environment where if you lose only 50% of your money, you may actually be lucky.
Yeah, I see what you mean. And I would say there's also, wouldn't you agree, there's credence to this idea that you can buy real estate using leverage, and as long as you're able to service that debt as the dollar continues to collapse, you're going to do very well owning an asset that becomes easier to pay off. Do you agree with that?
Yes, but, everybody has different views about how he wants to sleep at night.
Yeah.
I sleep well because I have no debt.
I see.
And I never worry about paying the interest on debts and so forth. I never leverage anything. All the properties I own, I paid in full and in cash. That's it. But I mean, as a money proposition, probably to buy today a property, an income-producing property in America, and finance it with 30 years mortgages, I'd say, I think now about 4.5% yield.
That's right, yeah.
It's probably a very good proposition because I happen to think that interest rates will go up much more than people think.